I'm told Bridget Ngana is now ready. Bridget, good morning from Nakuru. Talk to us about the NGO Coordination Board and what it's doing in Nakuru.
Well, the NGO's Coordination Board has been in Nakuru County today just to meet with eight counties within the South Rift to discuss the new agenda that they have as a board. This is a meeting that is bringing together more than 100 NGOs within the South Rift, and they're talking about getting the numbers of the non-governmental organizations working in the counties and how they're aligning their agenda with the respective counties. But to give us a brief on exactly why the NGO board is here, I'm with the Executive Director, Mutuman Kanata. Thank you so much for joining us on NTV this morning. Just tell us, what is the significance of the NGOs board meeting the NGOs in the counties?
Thank you very much, Ghana. We are happy that we are here in Nakuru, meeting various NGOs operating in this region, in the 8 counties. Some of them include Baringo, Kajiado, Samburu, and Nakuru, together with Kericho. The purpose of this meeting is a continuation of a program that we have of having some engagement and having dialogue with these NGOs. We have realized in the past there is some level of mistrust between the sector and the government, and as a regulator we are trying to bridge that gap. We want to understand what are the challenges they are facing in terms of them complying with the regulatory requirements and adopting the policies. We also want to understand why some of the NGOs are not complying with our regulations, including submitting annual returns. And we are having candid discussions. We are listening to them in terms of the challenges they are facing. We are hearing what they expect from us in terms of service delivery. We provide them certain basic services. For example, if an NGO wants to open a bank account, they have to get a letter from the NGO board authorizing the banks to open that particular account. If they want to change officials, if they want to have a new constitution, we approve that. So they've been having challenges in terms of service delivery.
So you're talking about building the capacity of the NGOs. You also mentioned that you're going to take a stock of all the NGOs in the country. Why are you doing this?
The reason why we are taking stock of the NGOs is because we want to see the contribution of the NGOs in the economy. As you are aware, last financial year, the NGOs that submitted returns to us reported that they had received more than 150 billion Kenyan shillings, which is big than other sectors, including tourism. So this is a very huge sector. And because of that importance then, the government takes cognizance of that fact. And that's why we intend to do a national survey of all profit institutions. We have partnered with the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics so that we can see the actual contribution of the NGOs in the economy. And you know the role of NGOs and the importance of NGOs in terms of creating jobs for young people, providing and complementing government services, bringing in foreign exchange, which is very key. And it is on that basis then, as the NGO board, we have decided to provide a facilitative, a supportive law to the NGOs so that this sector can thrive and provide that important service to the people of Kenya.
In the past, the board has been seen more of a bully in terms of how it relates with the NGOs. Now, how are you going to also change that perception as you look towards improving the relationship between the board and the non-governmental organizations?
We have already started that journey. By these kind of forums that you're having, these kind of engagements forums that we are having candid discussions. Some of the things that we thought the NGOs will not comply with, they are already complying. They have no big issues. Apart from one or two that may not be complying with the law or doing things that are not right, those are just will be treated as rogue outfits, and there are laws to deal with them. But majority of the NGOs are complying. And we are very happy with the response we are getting, with the feedback we are getting from them. They are saying that we have provided a new avenue of engagement, of listening and supporting them.
We're talking about 150 billion shillings contribution from the NGOs in this Kenyan economy. Will this meeting with the NGOs be seen as you trying to also tax them or trying to regulate or have control over the resources they are bringing into the country?
That's not true. The reason why we are engaging them is because also some NGOs have challenges of addressing, getting resources. We want to have a shared discussion so that we can also listen to them and try to develop strategies on how to support them. We are having discussions with the development partners. We also want to expand the issue of fundraising, not just from development partners, but also from our private sector. There are so many institutions that are doing very well, including in that the banks are doing very well. Companies like Safaricom, we want to see how can they also support the NGOs so that the sector can grow. So we want to have that discussions. We have discussions in the private sector, and we see that how do they also come in to support those weak NGOs that do not have a strong financial base, that do not have strong partners, either here or outside the country.
This stock taking, will we see also the shutting down of some NGOs that would not meet the regulations as per the board?
Yes, what we are saying is that our intention is not to shut any organization. In fact, we have given NGOs that were deregistered a grace period for them to reapply for reinstatement. We are aware about 2,000 NGOs who are deregistered in the past for various reasons. We are ready to reinstate them back again and register them and give them an operational certificate so that they can continue providing that services. If there are issues, we will listen and agree on how they will comply. Yes.
Maybe on average, give us a blanket figure on how many NGOs are in this country, and what is your message to the other regions that you haven't reached out to for these non-governmental organizations? What is their input in this exercise?
Maybe before I give you for the entire country, for this particular region, Nakuru alone, the NGO's contribution for the last financial year was about 16 billion. And 9 billion went to the Big Four agenda, that is in the area of manufacturing, area of food security, affordable housing, and universal health care. Nationally, we have registered about 11,000 NGOs. In this region, we have 1,000 NGOs operating. So you can see the number is growing, the monies involved are big, but what we want to see is that there is value for that money. The people of Kenya can feel the benefits of that money in their lives.
That was Mutuma Nkanata, the Executive Director of the NGOs Coordination Board at the Office of the President. And right now, as he has said, they are meeting with non-governmental organizations in the South Rift from Nakuru and Baringo and Samburu and about 8 counties in the South Rift, just try to bring them together and also tell them of the developments. He's mentioned that those NGOs that had been deregistered have been given a grace period to register afresh with this board. It is somewhat a meet the people tour for the board and to understand how the NGOs are going to help this country also achieve the Big Four agenda, Ken.